Welcome back, I'm Multeyemeteor. This is Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014 modded for greatness. And in this video we're taking a look at a couple of, well, just one deck, but this will be a session of where I record two different decks. And they are both made by a guy called Foren on the Slightly Magic forums or Metalhead TF2 on YouTube. I'm not sure which name is more pertinent, but these are his names. And let me first say that he was kind enough to contact me and ask me if I wanted to cover his decks. And you know, when nice people ask me things, I like to comply, especially if it's reasonable requests. So yeah, so I guess I'll call him Foren, even though it sounds kind of weird. Not foreign as in as spelled in, you know, the word foreign, but F-O-R-E-N. Anyways, I wanted to make another short comment about his decks, or at least the downloads of his decks, because I haven't checked out his decks yet. But one thing I really thought was kind of cool was the fact that he made a few, or for one, what am I saying? He made a README file for each deck, and one and it kind of gives you a list of the cards in there and which watts that you needed for it to work. And aside from that, which languages that the cards were, you know, which languages that was supported in the deck. And I believe in both of the decks it is English, French, sorry, Spanish, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and well, Korean for the most part, I can see. Not all cards are completely transcribed into Hangul. But all the Japanese cards are transcribed into Japanese, or all the cards are transcribed into Japanese and the other languages, and Russian as well. So, oh, and Portuguese. And I think this will come as welcome news for some of you. I know some guy, I forget who it was, asked me if you could play the modded decks in Spanish. So there you have it. Some of the modders, like I said back then, like to get the translations of the different decks into their mods, or into the game or into the deck, or however that works. And yeah, with these two decks you'll definitely be able to play using the different language presets. So anyways, enough of that. Let's take a look at the deck Naya Allies. And right off the bat we have I believe we have 14 extra I don't know how that works. Okay, we have 69 cards in the deck. I think since I'm checking out the deck first, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it, because I don't really want to be playing or testing a 69 card deck, even though it sounds sexy. But you have 38 creatures right there. That's probably too many. You have 24 lands, which is probably right on the money. And I'm assuming, let's see, we have 4 stomping grounds right there. You can see the basic land count is heavily reliant on green, and to a lesser degree red, and to an even lesser degree on white. We have 4 temple gardens right there, another set of shocklands. We have 4 sacred foundries, which is another set of shocklands, and that's it right there. So you have an even distribution between the colors, except for the basic lands. Then you have 4 Hada Freeblade, and yeah, I guess it's the same guy as you meet up or that you face in the Allies deck in the campaign. There's 4 of those guys. You have 4 Kazandu Blade Master, which is actually kind of awesome. I think he's I guess he's a little bit better than Hada Freeblade. He's kind of like the evolved guy, or the evolved version here, with first strike and vigilance. And then we have 3 Ondu Clerics, and whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life equal to the number of allies you control. This could get out of hand. And then you have 3 Highland Berserkers. Whenever a Highland Berserker or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may have ally creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn. Okay. Whoop. Then you have 4 Harabas Druids. 2 cost that. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of mana that you're able to. Wow, yeah, yeah. Okay, this is some fixing, all right. Of any one color. Okay, so that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Then you have 4 Oran Reef Survivalists. When he or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on him. So pretty standard. Like, that's a really good card. A little less great than the Blade Master here, which is so far the best one in my opinion. Then you have 3 Makindi Shield Mates, which is a defender, and it's also, wow, that's going to get out of hand quickly as well. 3 of those. You have 3 Talus Paladins. 4 cost 2/3. Whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may have allies you control. All of your allies. Wow. Gain lifelink until end of turn, and you may put a +1/+1 counter on this bad boy. Whoa. Then you have 3 Grey Pelt Hunters. 4 cost 2/2 with trample. Whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on him. But he has trample as well, so that kind of makes up for it. I do think he's a little, you know, he's not as good as the others because he's a little expensive. Well, the trample makes up for it. Alright, forget what I said. Angelic Destiny. Just an awesome card right there. You have indestructibility. I don't know why that's necessary. Maybe one of you is going to tell me why that is necessary. Join the ranks. Okay, so that puts soldier ally creatures onto the battlefield. All right, I can see the synergies. Then you have Archangel of Thune, which we all should know is a mythic rare insanity creature. She just completely takes over the battlefield when she enters, if she's allowed to swing in a couple of times. Kazoo Warlord, another ally, 5 cost. Whenever this guy or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each ally creature you control. Okay, that's insane. 3 of those. You have Turn Timber Ranger. And whenever he or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a green wolf, a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on Turn Timber Ranger. Alright, this might end up being the guy I take out, both copies actually. Aegis Angel, 6 cost 5/5. When he enters the battlefield, another target permanent has indestructible for as long as you control Aegis Angel. Yeah, that's another candidate. Inferno is another card I might take out. Devout Invocation. I could see how that's good, but it's, I don't know, it's too late in my opinion. Alright, let's take a look at the other cards that you are able to run. Scourge of Valkas. Whenever Scourge of Valkas or another dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control. It's good. It's definitely good. It's not the... I don't see a purpose in this deck. Ring of Three Wishes. I just think I might not have uploaded the video yet, but this week I am uploading a video where I kind of comment on this card, and I don't really like it's way better on paper and in slow matches than it is in reality, in my opinion. When your opponent plays this, like, you might kind of think, oh shit, now he has access to all kinds of goodies in his library, and he does definitely, but he taps this thing, and he's not able to, you know, the first, like, he plays this this ring, this artifact, and he's not able to play anything else. All right, so that's one turn, and then he taps it, gets whatever he wants, and he's usually not able to play anything else this turn. And then the next turn he can play whatever is his big threat, but that's 3 turns to resolve something that you wished for, and I don't know. I think it's a little too slow for me. There could be a case could be made for it being great in some decks, but I don't think so. I don't think it's that great in this format. The Wonderland, interesting card. Did he make this card himself? I'm kind of thinking that Foren made this card himself because this doesn't look like Magic the Gathering artwork. It looks kind of manga-ish, and Lan Wu. It like for those of you who know or have seen my Seasons of Yavin videos, I've been through a lot of cards or a lot of images online, and I kind of get the art style that is not Magic the Gathering, but which is very prevalent on websites like or social medias or social forums like DeviantArt, and I think Lanwu, the way that it's not even separated here down here in the name, kind of makes me think that it is that the card is made by a user of DeviantArt, because it usually abbreviates the name, or not abbreviate but contracts the name right there. Anyways, interesting. 4 cost, gain control of target creature of an opponent's choice that he or she controls. Okay, that's really interesting. That's about as complicated as some of the cards that I make, but I'm looking forward to playing with it, and a nice, funny initiative that he might have made his own card there. If it's an actual card, please let me know. It just looks like a it just looks like a homemade card, and not in the sense that it's poorly made, but like there's something about it, especially in the art direction, and like the name that sticks out a little bit and so on. But yeah, interesting, definitely. Anyways, then we have Seraph of the Sword. You have a couple of those. Not gonna run. I'm not a huge fan of this card. I know it's rare and so on, but I don't think it's the greatest card ever. I'm not sure Indestructibility is the ability you want to go for in this deck either. It kind of slows you down. It's kind of like a Ring of 3 Wishes. It takes a turn from you to do whatever you want, and don't really know if that's the right answer. Not sure about the Death Knight either, actually. But whoa, what the hell? Oh, this is a homemade card as well. I see. It's a 4 cost 5/7 with vigilance, and when the Death Knight enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 5 life. That might be a little too powerful. I'm not gonna run it because I think it's I'm sorry to say, Foren, I think this is a little cheap. it's a little too cheap in casting cost. It's a little too powerful in every other regard. So Nightmare doesn't really work for the theme either. What do we have here? Ultimate Destruction. Is this another one of the homemade cards, or is it an actual card? Each player loses X life, discards X cards, sacrifices X creatures, then sacrifices X lands. I think that might be a little bit undercosted as well, especially if you think about what is the black card in the zombies deck, Deadwalkers deck, the one that costs like 2 or 3 black and then X, and it basically does more or less the same, but it's more expensive, and I think it fits more the black theme, while for red it might be a little cheap to do this effect, but yeah, definitely insane. I don't think it helps out this deck though too much. Inferno. Okay, so first of all, take out the Inferno, take out the Aegis Angel. I think this. We need to make this deck faster. Archangel Angel of Thune is definitely staying in. Indestructibility out. Don't need. I mean, flying and first strike is nice though. Let's keep it in for now, and let's see. This was the guy. Yeah, I'll take 1 out at least. And then we have a lot of creatures in there already, so what are you? Defender? Get out. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna run it like this. You can see it has a wonky curve. very, very wonky, but I guess it's all right because you have the 2 drops to kind of fill up the 3 cost slot here, and all the allies kind of buff each other until you get to the land drop 5 or 4, 5, and you don't really need anything else. I don't see anything above 4 cost in here, which could be fun to play with this. Like I kind of want to play with this guy or with this card since he made it himself, and it's not. I mean, it's a little crazy that it's not until end of turn, to be honest. Especially if it has buyback, but it's yeah. Let's try it out. It'll be the one insane card that we'll run, and let's drop the defenders here. Okay, so we are ready to roll, and we're going to be playing against. Let's see. It would almost be fitting to play against the challenge deck. I'll do that just for fun, and then no, that's entirely wrong. I mean the. Yeah,
Ramaz gave me a pendant.
Oh, shut your mouth. That's not the right one. Let's see. Zendikar?
Zendikar is dead.
Yep, that's the one. Rival Expedition. I kind of want to run it against that deck. Naya Allies versus the Zendikar Allies here. Yeah. I can drop pretty much everything in my hand. Let's keep it. Yes. I know it's kind of weird to be playing it against one of the campaign decks, but I thought it would be kind of fun. I always play against like the most mirrorish matches that I can come up with, just to kind of test how good the mirror or how good the deck is against the mirror. And yeah, I do think this is actually one of the more challenging decks in the campaign. Not that it's something that really causes much problem. If I drop the druid here, I can play 2 guys next turn. Let's do that. Yes, obviously. Swing in. And of course he'll hit me for... I think, since it's one of those challenges, the decks are stacked in a certain way. So you kind of know the sequence. He'll drop the haste guy. He'll swing in for... I believe he'll swing in for 5. That's fine. I believe this deck is about to just take off and go completely nuts in a few turns. I don't really have any removal, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. This guy's just gonna gain me life at some point. So alright, let's see how this works. Oh, okay. So we have some issues here with the text, but I'm guessing it should work. Yep. Nope. No? Why not? Didn't I? Huh. That's weird. Yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. That's sort of strange. Anyways, not much you can do about it. Yep. Add X mana of any one color to your mana pool, where X is the number of allies you control. Alright, Foren, you might want to look into that, or maybe I'm missing something. Okie dokie. Do I want to trade with anything? No, I'll take the 6 in a turn or two, my side is just going to be out of control. Okay. I really want to see why. White. Did I push the wrong? Oh, nope. Nope. What the hell? That's so weird. That is so weird. Okay, to hell with it. So I'm gonna leave this guy back so I'm able to block his Hada Free Blade. Yeah. And I'll swing in with my 3/3. It's time to catch up. I do think it's a little weird that this doesn't work, but maybe it's some kind of coding mistake, but oh well. He also told me that this was the first time that he coded, so you know that could also play into it. So what's nothing? I don't know. I do not know. Let's play this guy. It's kind of useless, this guy now, so that's annoying. Yeah. And my guy will swing in with first strike. I'll hold back so I can ward off this guy still. Yeah. He has to start blocking now. Join the ranks would be really nice. But it kind of throws a wrench in the machinery here, because I was really relying on this guy or these guys to help me out with the mana. All right, finally, let's get this bad boy down. Yep. 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 And yep. Just for the hell of it, let's check it out. White? Nope. No. I guess I'm just tapping down my side here. I really need to keep back blockers. Alright, swing in with this guy. Okay, good. So I can't die from him swinging in, unless of course he drops something. I can't anyways, because I don't think he's running removal. Nope, nothing. Okay. Right, do I want to? No, it's not necessary. Let's play this thing. Didn't make the tokens yet. It's alright. Guess there are a lot of little things that you have to consider once you make these kind of decks. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not going to be swinging in with this. Well, I could just swing in with everything, right? Because he has to block the two biggest creatures, so yeah, it's all good. It's all good. He kind of has to have to block the two biggest creatures. Yeah. So let's deal 6 points of damage to him. And obviously it's pretty one-sided. These challenge decks are not, you know, the most competitive decks. Some of them work really well though. and another Berserker. Let's play this thing first. And just swing in and finish it. Yeah, I like the idea of this deck. It's very, very strong when it works. The part of it that works is very, very strong. But there are some things that you need that Foren needs to fix. And I'm sure that he's. I guess I should have played them the other way around. But I'm sure that he's going to be right on it once he sees this this video go up. And also, you know, like it's his first time modding, so and he didn't just use I forget what he's I think Rick or somebody else made some modding tools where everybody can go in and make their own deck, basically using the deck pools from like the default cards in the deck or in the game, as well as any mods that they have installed, any core files they have installed with other cards, will just be incorporated into that deck builder. You can find it on the Slightly Magic forums. So he didn't just do that. He went ahead and made his own core file. So that's really interesting. And there might be something that I don't have installed properly. I'm not quite sure about that, but that might be the case. But it could also just be that there are some things that need to be tweaked. But this is his first time modding, and for him to make a core file and then make some decks is pretty impressive. So yeah, if you have any kind of feedback for this deck, leave it in the comment section, or go check out the thread for his forum post in Slightly Magic, which is linked below in the comment in the description of this video, and let him know if you have any suggestions. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm multeyemeteor. Sorry for burping here. I just ate a shawarma, so that's why I'm being disgusting. But thanks for watching. I'm multeyemeteor. Later.